.253 ERA out of the bullpen for Wisconsin so far this year. He gets ready to face Josh Crouch, an 11-game hitting streak for the catcher, originally out of Central Florida. First pitch from Tripp here, just a little bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Crouch, Cruz, and Malgeri, 1, 2, and 3. Coming up in this frame here for West Michigan. 1-0 is just pounded a little bit foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. One. To the left side, but right at Warren, who gloves it with the backhand for out number 1. Unlucky break for Crouch, 1 away.
Speaking of unlucky breaks, Nate's still trying to figure out who won the home run derby in back-to-back years. We finally got him to Ken Griffey Jr. for the first one. Of course, we're talking about Pete Alonso, and there's one more, and Nate is confident that he has a guess that it will be, in fact, the right answer.
You mentioned Tiger for a short time. I said Prince Fielder. He did win it twice, but not back-to-back times.
That's right. Former Oakland Athletic and New York Met.
Outfielder?
Outfielder.
Okay. 1-0 is just a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Is it Yoenis Cespedes?
Well done. He got it. All right.
All right.
That was half the amount of hints the last one was.
Swing and a miss, 2 balls and 1 strike. It is kind of odd that it took me more hints to get to Ken Griffey Jr. than it did Yoenis Cespedes.
It is, but you know what? You're an odd guy. But we all are. And that's a good thing.
In their first strike evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So I'm assuming you and I will probably have to pick somebody for this year then. So we have the wave going around LMCU ballpark here. Well, it's a big wave. Hats off to whoever started that one.
It's this guy in a white T-shirt just behind Brian Pena, third base side. And this might be one of his proudest moments.
3-2's down low. It's another walk for Crouch. Or rather Cruz, 55. He gets on base for the 3rd time tonight.
I think they're getting mad at the outfield right now. They're trying to get the wave all the way around, and there's only so many people in the outfield that can keep the wave going. I think they're going to try again, though.
It's a lot of organization. Get that many people to do it all at the same time.
He picked the right night, and he picked the right crowd to try this with.
Exactly, and he picked the right part of the stadium to do it, too.
He walked into the perfect situation tonight.
Neil 1. It's the 1 ball and 1 strike.
How do you think that started? You think that his buddies put him up to it, said, I bet you can't get the wave started here?
Probably. Or he just felt ambitious. He must be pretty loud, too, for everyone to hear him, hear his commands. I mean, that takes a lot of coordination. He only did it a couple of times, but hey.
Oh, that's what you think. He was out there for a good 5-10 minutes. Remember, trying to get the wave started is hard.
Jerry watches 1 low, 3-1.
You've got to get the whole section involved, and then on top of that, every time you do it, it runs into resistance. So you've got to do it a bunch of times just to get it started.
It probably works better in a bowl-like stadium where it connects all the way around, but for the most part, he got most of the people involved on the wave. 3-1. Outside, called a strike. Malgeri is already on his way down to first base as he called back in. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I'd be very curious to get a look at K-Zone on that one. That's one that the Whitecaps dugout doesn't seem to be too fond of.
Now the 3-2. Sent towards center. Sipsian took a step in. Now he runs back, and it's off his glove as he kicks it. Around second is Cruz. He's into third. Malgeri will settle at second. Not only did it pop out of the glove of Sipsian, but he kicked it. Had to recover. Cruz decides to pour on the brakes at third.
Simpson was playing really shallow in center field, Nate, and he should have made that catch. But it was the kick that made me think that they might try and score the tying run in Cruz. But with only one out in the inning, Brian Pena decides he's going to take his chances with Corey Joyce.
And they will call it an error on the center fielder in Sipsian. Runs outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Immediately started coming in as if he thought that ball was shorter off of the bat. Retreating back to the warning track, not able to pull it in. This one's popped up right side. That'll get up and out of play. And even us up at 1-1.
Well, all Corey Joyce needs to do is what he did back in the second inning. One of the 2 sacrifice flies that the Whitecaps got.
Big time fastball swung on and missed, makes it 1-2.
Wait, both of these teams are using their highest leverage relievers at this juncture. Really unusual to see it this early in a ball game. Tripp is one of the best the Timber Rattlers have, and we saw Gardet and Toby in the top of this inning for West Mich.
Now the 1-2. That one also popped back up and out of play. It'll stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Joyce does have 18 RBIs so far. That batting average slowly coming up, 221, 4 homers. Could use a big swing here. 2 strike count, 1 out. Runner on second, runner on third. Tripp's pitch. Again fouled back. You'll get to see another one at 1-2. And as Dan mentioned, sacrifice fly back in the second inning. That was the second run in this one for West Michigan. Scored first. Wisconsin responded with 4, then West Michigan 2 on a 2-run shot from Jake Holton. Now trying to get the 1 run back here, trailing 5-4. Again, Trips 1-2. Shot towards right. On the run is Gray as he reaches out and can't get it. It's up against the wall. Cruz scores. Malgeri around third. He scores. It's a 2-run triple. Opposite field work for Corey Joyce, and the Caps push back out in front.
And how good must that at-bat feel for Kojo? He was hanging tough against a really difficult reliever in Christian Tripp, who had put up great numbers in limited work as a Timber Rattler so far. Fouled off pitch after pitch, just barely was taking it out of the catcher's glove, and then he puts that swing on it. That's a tide turner right there for the Whitecaps.
100% a tide turner. Opposite field, too. Just out of the reach of Gray. Would have scored a run regardless, but that one a hard ball off the bat. Able to get past Gray and score a pair here for Corey Joyce. Now about this roller coaster of a baseball game. Caps lead it. Wisconsin leads it. Tied up. Wisconsin back out in front. Now the Caps back out in front with 2. Breaking ball outside here to Mendoza. 1 ball and no strikes. And once again, that will prompt activity down the left field line for Wisconsin. Another reliever up and running.
This is such a good bunt situation if the Caps wanted to use it here.
Looks like they elect not to. Mendoza swings and misses at that one. The infield is in here for Wisconsin.
And it's only because Mendoza has shown a phenomenal ability to drop it down. If you want that extra run right now, you want that 2-run lead, Mendoza's great.
Cut at that one, diving low and away, 1-2.
Haven't seen him do it a whole lot, but the few times we have, he might be the best bunter on this team.
Two and 2.
And you've got Boyarsky waiting in the on-deck circle, so Boyarski's very much all or nothing, so you want to try to just do the little things to get that runner home from third here.
Back up the middle and into center. Joyce scores. It's an RBI single for Carlos Mendoza. 7-5.
Well, that's how it works. When you get to a 2-ball, 2-strike count, you just roll the dice and hope that you hit. Thankfully, Mendoza was able to pop that one over the tall pitcher and trip. Mendoza, West Michigan's little engine that could.
How many crafty ways is he going to find to get on base? Single, walk, now an RBI single back up the middle makes it 7-5.